And you can see it's a lot going into notarizations. It's not just you need to know how to market, you want to be a 6-figure notary. No, it's a lot. You need to know how to properly handle these documents, handle these situations, okay? So I'm gonna also give you a coupon code for the classes, which is WIN 2024. And that's not for the live training, that's for self-paced. Self-paced is coupon code WIN 2024. 60% off, okay? And you will get the same information and then notarize like a pro about how to properly identify your client. And then if you ever have any questions, of course, you could always reach out to us at notaryeducatorsllc.com. That's where everything I'm talking about, the courses you can sign up and books and everything is over there. Now let's talk about this together. What is your thoughts about what I just said when it comes to identifying people and the gender and the ID doesn't match? What is your thought process? Are you comfortable with what I just spoke about? Or are you still kind of like, I don't know? Put a 1 if that makes it a little bit clearer for you, or a 2 if you still like, I don't know. And you don't want to just decline a notarization because you don't feel comfortable, okay? You do not want to just decline a notarization because, oh, thank you, Psalms 55, and Nicole, I appreciate it. It's a little clearer. Good. You don't want to just get out there and just decline notarizations. Well, I don't feel comfortable. She came to me with a beard, or he came to me in a dress, and now you're just completely thrown off. You don't like it. You don't feel comfortable for whatever reason. You're just not going to do it. Okay. We're not going to do that because you will catch yourself a nice lawsuit one. Okay. And again, I want you to be considerate, empathetic, compassionate, all those key words. Okay. We're not the religious police. Okay. We're not the religion police. We're not the religion police. We're not the gender police. We're not none of that. At the end of the day, you are to be an impartial witness to that person signing that document. And to the best of your ability, to the best of your knowledge, you need to identify them. Okay. And we are not doctors. So we don't know what causes this or why that person think like that. None of that's our concern. None of that is your business. None of that. Okay. Let's read the comments. So it looks like Psalms 55 says, good idea about using a credible witness, but yeah, that transition is a big decision. They should go on ahead to the BMV and make that change, say respectfully, of course. I don't know what BMV mean, but I have to Google that. I don't know what that even means. Robin says, yeah, but it's a huge decision for that person too. That's why I want us to be very cautious of how we interact with people. I want us to be very mindful of that. Hey, Alexis. Alexis, our other trainer, is watching. Hey, Alexis. Let's see. Robin says, we'll see the credible witness. 2 sets of eyes are better than 1. Yes, 2 sets of eyes are better than 1. Anne-Marie, hello. Anne-Marie says, hello, Kimmi, and chat, catching this live and glad for this topic. Yeah, and I'm telling you, the other day, like I said, I just was casually telling a story, and the chat went crazy. I was like, okay, wait, we need to do a whole topic on this. And I had to think about it. I had to really think about how I wanted to address this. I want to make sure I was tasteful and tactful. And I think it came off pretty good. Miss T Perfectly Imperfect says, if there is no credible witness and you can't decipher if it's the same person, can you decline the notarization? Yes. Yes, you can. If you don't feel comfortable for any reason, okay? If you don't feel comfortable for any reason. Now, I'm not just going to say, you know what? I don't like red. That person is wearing red today, so I'm not going to notarize their document. But if that's not a good reason, okay? It's not a good reason. But if you genuinely don't feel comfortable in doing a notarization, yes, that's your notary stamp. That's your job. That's your family income. You know what I'm saying? You get to make the decision. I'm sorry, you do. At the end of the day, some people will tell you, well, you can't just say no. You don't want to say no. I just gave you a very, very valid reason when you wouldn't want to. You don't like the color blue, and this person come in a blue car, blue hat, blue pants. That's not a good reason to decline a notarization. But if you have any valid reason, like, I always say, like, mom is not alert, or their dad is heavily medicated, or it could be any number of reasons why you just don't feel comfortable, I'm not doing it. And there may be another notary who it doesn't faze them. They might do it, you know. But for me and mine, I'm going to make sure it's the way I need it to be. I have to feel completely comfortable at the end of the night that I did the right thing. Okay. Let's see here. Bryce says, I had a trans man who said his ID does not match his appearance. I said that's fine as long as he is okay with signing a document with the name he no longer goes by. I could tell the ID was him. And that's the point. That is the point. Hey, Bryce, what you up to anyway? Nice to hear from you. How's it going out that way? Bryce is correct. Bryce is correct. And people will tell you, I'm John now. I'm Jane now. And to be respectful, that's who that person is, right? So the point is, to the best of his knowledge, Bryce was able to determine by that person's appearance, he might have a mole or she may have a mole, or like in my case, I have my gap in my teeth. You know, pretty much if my gap is closed up, now my hair is long to the floor, blonde, and, you know, I've changed my color, complexion, or whatever, you know, then you might have some questions. You might be like, well, how'd she get that done? You know, if I come tomorrow, like, matter of fact, it happened April Fool's Day with Michael Strahan on today ABC. He closed his gap for April Fool's Day. People went crazy. The internet went crazy because he closed his gap. They were like, what? But it wasn't true. So even something that drastic, everybody was like, is that the real Michael Strahan? You know what I'm saying? Because we know him for his gap. Okay, so Miss T Perfectly Imperfect says, my thought is combating fraud. Yes, and that's the main thing. That's why we're out there. Combat fraud. Yes, stop the fraud. And again, if you feel there's anything fraudulent going on, you know, they didn't went through this whole Tyler Perry thing and, you know, passing for Medea. You know what I'm saying? If it's a whole situation like that, we just got to be cautious. Bryce said, I probably would have declined it if he looked dramatically different, but I could tell his facial features were similar enough. Correct. And that's the point. If you can tell, don't be out there just declining notarizations, guys. I do not want you doing that. You need to have a valid reason. But to answer your question, yes, you can. Okay. Just staying busy. Oh, that's good, Bryce. I'm happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Psalms 55 is clarifying the BMV for me. Oh, okay. The Bureau of Motor Vehicles to get another ID that represents their current pronouns, gender, and appearance. Thank you for clarifying that, because I didn't know what the BMV was. So in Georgia, we call it the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. And then also in Michigan, where I'm from, Detroit, West Side, we called it the DMV too. So that's why I wasn't familiar with the BMV. Okay, Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, Bryce is giving us another tip. Height is a good indicator too. And I'm going to add to that height and weight. Now, weight is not always a good one because people lose weight, right? But height is definitely another good indicator. Is that person 5'11", and now all of a sudden they've changed their gender and now they're 5'3"? Now that don't go together, because at the end of the day, they're going to still be 5'11", right? Bryce says, nobody can really change their height, though aging populations do get shorter. If the person is still 5'6", even though they look different in other ways, you might take that into account. That's what I was saying. I was just saying that. So yeah, if they're 5'6" and now they're 5'3", and they're a whole different person, yeah, we're going to double check that. Yes. This has been a great conversation. I'll take a few of your questions. If you have any, I can hang out a few more minutes. Anne-Marie says there's also the height lengthening procedure. Pardon. Oh, that's true too. But people can't usually be stretched that much beyond their norm. They really can't. Great tips. Thank you, Ms. T. Thank you. It's a new thing. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that could happen too. Somebody could be stretched out, but they usually can't be stretched from like a 5'3" to a 6 foot. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to sign up for that one, because that'll just kind of slender me out with all this extra. Yeah. Seriously, I'm in awe. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. So, what other questions do you guys have for me? Like I said, I can hang out a few minutes, answer some questions. And, see what's going on in these notary streets. What's up? What's up? Tell me what's going on.